Good day everyone. For this ad, Pantene is promoting their shampoo and conditioner here in the Philippines. The advertisement became well known because it highlights how men and women are labeled differently for the same actions. In the video, we see parallel scenes. A man giving speech is called persuasive, while a woman is called pushy. A man working late is dedicated, but a woman is labeled selfish. Even simple actions like fixing appearance or leading at work receive more negative labels when done by women. The ad uses clear visuals, office settings, and text overlays to show these double standards. Overall, the context of the advertisement is to show how gender bias appears in everyday situations.
I am going to enumerate the biases, stereotypes, and discrimination present in the campaign. We start with the biases. First is double standards. Same behavior is praised in men but often criticized in women. For example, in men, we call them boss, but women are often called bossy. And next is women's actions are evaluated more harshly or emotionally compared to men's neutral evaluation. And third, appearance bias. When women practicing self-care are labeled vain, while men doing the same are labeled neat. And next, the stereotypes. Women should be modest and submissive. And in this, assertive women are stereotyped as aggressive rather than strong. And men as neutral leaders, leadership traits are automatically assigned positively to men. Next is women is overly emotionally or showing off when women stand out or succeed. And they are portrayed as trying too hard. And lastly, the discrimination. Unequal social treatment, identical actions result in negative labels for women, reinforcing gender inequality. And next is professional penalties where women are discouraged from asserting themselves due to fear of being labeled negatively. And next is internalized limitations where bias leads women to self-restrict behavior to avoid criticism, affecting confidence and growth.
Now let's move on to the purpose and impact. The first one is brand intent is to highlight gender bias and empower women. This brand highlights gender bias since it is very evident through the scenes in the advertisement that women are labeled negatively compared to men. Also, through a very impactful statement in the last part that states, "Don't let labels hold you back, be strong and shine." The advertisement aimed to empower women by encouraging them to overcome these biases and shine strong. Second is uses emotional impact to strengthen consumer connection. The ad utilized emotional storytelling to resonate with viewers, fostering a stronger connection with the brand. By evoking feelings of frustration, recognition, and hope, Pantene aimed to create a memorable and impactful message that would translate into brand loyalty. The third one is intentionally uses stereotypes to challenge societal norms. Pantene advertisements challenge societal norms by directly confronting gender stereotypes and promoting inclusivity. These ads often highlight double standards, where men and women are judged differently for the same behaviors. It also illustrates how labels applied to women in professional settings often carry negative connotations, while the same behavior in men are seen positively. For example, a man might be seen as persuasive, while a woman is labeled pushy. Lastly, it reflects global workplace and leadership biases. First one is an equal expectation for women at work. The ad mirrors the reality that women often face stricter standards and are judged more harshly than men in the workplace. This is tied to traditional gender roles and stereotypes that still influence perceptions of women's capabilities and suitability for leadership positions. Second is bias in perceived capabilities. Women often need to work harder to prove their competence and ability, with their success frequently attributed to luck rather than skill. Men, on the other hand, are often presumed to be inherently capable and assertive. In summary, Pantene's advertisement aimed to tap into real societal issues to promote its brand while simultaneously advocating for gender equality. The ad's reflection of global biases is what makes it so resonant and impactful.
Now, for the redesign portion, if we were the agency redesigning this ad, here's what we would do to strengthen its message. First, we would avoid ending the ad with beauty-focused imagery. This helps prevent the empowerment message from feeling like it's just a marketing tactic tied to selling hair products. Next, we would include men as allies in the story, showing how they can actively challenge and dismantle these gender stereotypes alongside women. This promotes a more inclusive approach to change. We should also feature a diverse range of women, different ages, skin tones, and professions to reflect the real diversity of women's experiences and broaden the ad's impact. Most importantly, the ad would highlight solutions, not only the problems. For example, it could show moments where the unfair labels are corrected or openly rejected. And finally, we would also add a strong closing statement emphasizing equality beyond appearance, making clear that the true empowerment goes deeper than just hair or beauty. The redesign aims to make the message feel more genuine, inclusive, and forward-looking, encouraging viewers to rethink stereotypes and embrace real equality.
Did this analysis change how you view everyday advertisement and how? Yes, it reveals how ads subtly reinforce or challenges social norms. It makes me more critical about how brands use emotional terms or advocacy to sell products. I notice hidden biases and question what message the ad truly promotes. What implication does that have for your role as a viewer, consumer, or future communicator? As a viewer, it teaches me to be more aware and responsible with consuming media. As a future communicator, it reminds me to avoid reinforcing stereotypes and to consider how my messaging influence or affect messaging. Groups ethical, inclusive communication should always be the goal. Mura.